Hey everybody, welcome to Always Bored, Never Boring. Today we are going to take a look at the AVP Alien Evolved Warriors from Prodos Games. This is something that came in my order along with this Praetorian. And yeah, it's a HQ unit for the alien forces, and it's quite exciting. 2 big aliens. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at the models that are going to get added to my infinitely large paint queue. I need to rename my channel. I need to change it from Always Bored, Never Boring to I'm never going to paint all this stuff. But I'm not sure that's as catchy. Or is it? Let me know in the comments. Or don't. Ooh. Bubbly, bubbly, bubble wrap. So, 2 miniatures. That's a good start. And the Alien Evolved Warrior card and ping tokens. We will have a look at the card in a minute. I should always look at the card first, because it's always a bit of a disappointment after having looked at the miniatures to look at the card, because the Hunt Begins cards are generally, the iconography is not great, the card quality is not great, the artwork's not great, there's sometimes some mistakes on them. It's one of those sort of games, really. Now, the Evolved Warrior, the Evolved Alien Warriors, they are Unicast miniatures. Anyone who has watched any of my other videos about the AVP product line knows all about the Unicast stuff. I'm not going to go through it all again. But basically, they're single-piece miniatures, and yet are still incredibly detailed, more detailed than they have any right to be. And that's a really cool miniature, isn't it? The detail on the bases is as amazing as the detail on the actual the miniatures, on the actual figures, the characters. Because look at this, there's like a grill staircase, and then look, there's a little pulse rifle at the top there, which is cool. There's always some trip hazards on the bases. I'm sure sometimes that's. I'm guessing they put these in onto like this, lends some sort of structured stability, and makes it easier to get the sculpting done. I'm sure they have these techniques in place to actually ensure that the miniatures aren't all flimsy and breakable, and don't have great big bits of unsculpted detail. That's what's he got in his hand? What's he got in his hand? I think that's a bit of flash that's got to come off, but that's a skull, isn't it? He's holding a skull, he's holding a head. Looks like he's holding a Terminator's head, but it's not that sort of a crossover game. Yeah, I think he's just got somebody's head there. He's doing this sort of weird sort of crossing his arms pose. It's quite a classic pose. All of the aliens, they look creepy, and this is an epic tale. This really is. Look, so much ribbage. So these are evolved warriors. These are sort of elite units. Super nasty. And yes, that's one of them. Let's have a look at the other one, because this would be a rubbish video if we didn't. It'd kind of defeat the point, wouldn't it? Listen to me, filling the dead air while I take the miniature out of the bag. Super alien! Is it a bird? Is it a plane? No, it's your worst nightmare. Do 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 do. Give us a kiss. Leaping action pose. Sometimes you can be too dynamic with a pose. This is one of those miniatures that it looks awesome from certain angles and not quite so good from other angles. Yeah, I think if you look at it from that way, that's a really cool shot. It's leaping off of the pillar there. From that angle with the little foot sticking out, line there. It not quite so much, I don't think. I think the side views. It's got a nice shape to it. It's got a nice curved shape. It's very sort of Gene Stealer sort of a thing. The Space Hulk 3rd and 4th edition Gene Stealers have a lot of this sort of leaping off of bits of scenery type stuff going on. It reminds me of that very much. Always impresses me how they manage to get the detail on the little mouth and stuff, all in a single piece. It's incredible. The detailing all in here, all in the undercuts and everything. Just fantastic. Really, really good. And it's got a really lovely line on the tail as well. It's really nice. I took the mickey a little bit there out of the shape of the alien, but there is a really nice sort of flow to the piece here that you can follow the tail around, and it curves and it spirals up. And they do that with a lot of the aliens because obviously the alien tails, he's gone. They're slippery little buggers. Yeah, the aliens, they obviously have such long tails. You can't generally have them sticking out the back because it's, you can kind of have them curled up over the top in their sort of strike pose, but quite often you have to curl it, and that gives it a nice sort of sweep, a nice sort of something to follow the details around with your eye, and that sort of combines with that curve of that post. I like that. It's a good miniature. It's a really nice miniature. Like I say, it's a little bit silly in terms with that leg coming out. But I do like it. It's and the thing is, the aliens are, they're fast, they're nimble, they leap off of things, and it's nice that they've captured that as much as possible in these miniatures, and they've been able to do that because they've included these details on the bases and things like that. It gives them. I think that's the other thing about aliens, isn't it? Is that they make their environments part of their hive. They're part of the way they hunt, part of the way they attack. So it feels kind of right to have bits of the scenery integrated into the miniatures, because when you fight an alien, as much as anything, you're fighting the environment, because they can hide, because they can sneak, because they blend into their surroundings until they are ready to pounce. And there we go. That's the 2 evolved aliens. We'll have a quick look at the card. Two ping tokens. Yep, those are going to be difficult to tell apart from other alien ping tokens. What else? Alien Evolved Warrior. 2 wounds, standard stuff. They've got acid spit, which is quite nice, give them a bit of range. Nice to have some aliens that can spit, so you can get the drop on those pesky marines every now and again. Super Killy in close combat, as you would expect. Acid Blood, the usual. In close combat, they're attacking with the claws and their tail. They're just going nuts. Rate of attack 4 with the claws. That's pretty brutal. A bit slicey. So that's cool. And the good thing is, I order my miniatures for the AVP game direct from Prodos because, sorry, there's some stuff that's got all over there. That's bits of the resin off of the miniature as they come out of the box. There's little tiny little flecks. It's one of the things you have to do with these miniatures before you paint them or whatever. You need to give them a bit of a scrub. They're generally very clean, but they do sometimes need a little bit of a trim, and they do have little bits of flaky stuff come off of them sometimes, as evidenced here. But anyway, I was saying I order from Prodos directly because every time they release some new Unicast miniatures, they usually have a pre-order incentive. Ooh, and the pre-order incentive usually makes it worthwhile paying the postage. I mean, I paid 20 quid for those 2 guys, I paid 20 quid for the Praetorians, that's 40 quid, and I paid 5 quid postage, that's 45 quid for 3 miniatures. I probably wouldn't do that if it hadn't been for the fact that I was going to get this little box of goodies as well. Or I should say this little box of baddies. Or a little box of indifferent alien creatures. We'll look at that in a minute, but I wasn't expecting a card. I sort of took that out of the box and didn't really think about it. I wasn't expecting a card because more bubble wrap. It's because I'm not manly enough to crack my knuckles. The reason I wasn't expecting a card is because the pre-order bonus was another evolved alien, but this one is, if it's going to come out, is it going to come out in the camera? Let's see it on his head there. He is number 6 from the video game, and he is triumphantly celebrating the death of this poor gentleman here. Yeah, he's got him good. Cool face on that bloke. Oh, sorry, I was admiring the detailing on the face. That's really cool. So this is a really cool pose. More of these broken pipe things. They use these quite a lot on the bases. The tail again. We've got a nice curve, but going off the base this time and then back on, which is interesting. And yeah, he's got a really cool sort of triumphant scream at the sky. I've got this guy. I've got this guy's number. This guy's mine. Cool. But the reason I didn't expect a card is because even though he is branded number 6, he is still just an evolved alien. Same size base. Pretty much the same size alien. But he has a card. Let's have a look at the card. Is it going to actually just be another evolved alien card, or has it got... Well, he's got a special ping token with the number 6 on his head. And the card does actually say Alien Evolved Warrior 6. Special edition. Is he actually the same though? Let's have a look. Warrior Claws, Tail Strike, Acid Spit, Acidic Blood. No, he's got more extra stuff. He's got Dodge and Perfect Organism. He is also... Yeah, he's got the same stats everywhere else, but yeah, he has 2 extra special abilities. Dodge. After a model with dodge is hit by an attack, while the d20 on a roll of 1 to 5, the model dodges the attack, and the attack has no effect on this model. 6 to 20, the dodge fails. The model must then continue as if it had been hit as normal. Dodge rolls cannot be made to avoid hits from flamethrowers, and I think the stalkers have got dodge. Perfect Organism. Take note of how many frags a model with this skill causes. When you nominate this model as your next model to activate, if it has caused at least 2 frags during this game, you may instead replace it with a Praetorian model and put an activation token next to it. This Praetorian model has the same number of remaining wounds as the model it replaced, +1. Wow, okay, so he can, or she can Hulk out, turn into a Praetorian. That's pretty neat. I don't know how many points she would cost in the game though, because she's not the same as an alien evolved warrior, and it doesn't have the points on the cards. The points would be in the rule book, so I'm not sure yet how I'm going to be able to use her with her extra special abilities. Something to think about, but not too hard because it'll make my head hurt. And that is that. That is my latest batch of miniatures. Let's bring in my Praetorian. The Praetorian is a little bit bigger. So yeah, this is my latest batch of Alien vs Predator miniatures. Super cool. Really do love this line of miniatures. I think they are fantastic. Some of my favourite miniatures, I mean, you know, you're always hard pressed to beat Games Workshop, but I think Prodos Games do an absolutely amazing job with these alien miniatures, and I'm very, very happy to have a collection of them. And I wish the game was a little bit better. I enjoy the game, but you know, there's definitely room for improvement. But hell, you know, it's good enough. It's good enough to warrant me buying these miniatures. What do you guys think? Do you like the fact that these guys are unicast? I mean, there's no variation in the molds. They're not multi-part. I actually quite like that because I'm not intending to buy like hundreds of them. I mean, I can imagine if you wanted to have a massive army and you've got the same miniature over and over and over again, that would be tiresome. But for me, only buying sort of one set of each thing that comes out, it's absolutely perfect, and it just means I can get them on the table instantly, and it means I can get them painted quickly because I do find assembly a bit of a chore. Always have done. I prefer to paint and play than build. So it's good for me, but I should imagine other people are not quite so keen on the Unicast process and the Unicast idea. Let me know what you think in the comments, and that's it from me. Thank you very much for watching. Please do all of the things that YouTube people always say you should do. Share and like and leave comments and, you know, and all that sort of stuff. Bye everybody. Bye bye.